weirdest thing in the world. Like we know of no other satellite to a planet ratio like the moon. The way that it balances life here and the size ratio for the Earth and the Sun, it's an impossibility.
He was working in the space program, and he was developing photographs, and he went into this secure location where they were actually like developing photographs of the dark side of the moon or whatever, and this guy saw it.
And I'm not someone who's going to jump on really talking a lot about necessarily like that, the extraterrestrial influence type of concept. But I will tell you, if there's anything that suggests outside intervention, it's the moon. It's the weirdest thing in the world. Like we know of no other satellite to a planet ratio like the moon. The what its composition is, the way that it balances life here, and the size ratio for the Earth and the Sun, it's an impossibility.
Yeah, it's 1/400th the size, and it's 1/400th the distance. Perfect to create an eclipse.
And we're told that the moon is just an accreted object that randomly formed that perfect shape that happens to be 1/400th, right? To be that perfect representation of the size to create eclipse. It's impossible that could be random. It's impossible. There's no way that all those impossibilities could come together in one thing unless something wanted to create a perfect system here.
Right.
That's what it seems like. Our solar system is some kind of an experiment in creating a perfect system with ratios and to foster something here. And I think the more that I've studied, especially looking at tablets, is that may have been all done for, a lot of it at least may have been done for us because of how important our story is and how we actually have a far more profound connection to higher things than we know.
There's a guy who, I think his name was, fact check me here, Steve, the guy named Carl Wolf, who found images. He was working in the space program, and he was developing photographs, and he went into this secure location where they were actually like developing photographs of the dark side of the moon or whatever, and this guy saw it, and he described vividly that there was megalithic structures that were on the dark side of the moon.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that.
And like, I think he was killed. He died mysteriously. He claimed he saw NASA photos of alien structures, quote unquote alien structures. He died in a bike accident. So go down to the top paragraph to see exactly what it says. Former U.S. Air Force he was a photo technician who claimed he saw the secret NASA photos of the structures on the surface of the moon. So I don't think he actually said whether he believed they were alien or not. What he said was they were megalithic looking structures on the dark side of the moon.
Yeah, and so there's a couple really weird things, and I guess Randall's really good in moon stuff, but I'll mention a couple things. One, when they did studies of there was a whole Russian team, and I don't remember if it was the 70s or 80s, but a Russian team did a study on craters on the moon. Have you heard this?
How they're all the same depth?
Yeah, and then none of them, no matter how large the radius of the crater is, none of them exceed a certain depth.
Right.
Which is so weird because
very weird.
The depth should be directly determined based on the size of the impact, right? So something's larger that creates a larger impact crater should go deeper into it.
Right.
And yet none of them do. They never go past a certain depth anywhere on the planet. They never do. And the weirdest thing is after the Apollo missions, when they sent a probe to crash into the moon, I'm sure you know about this, it rang like a bell for
over an hour.
For hours. It just rang, which tells us that it's
here's an interesting
composed
take.
of metallics and is hollow. Like, is that
Steve? Ask ChatGPT what is the size of the moon compared to the Earth, and then ask ChatGPT what is the mass of the moon compared to the Earth, and the variation is crazy.
Oh, it's like light. It's really, really light.
Oh,
but it's also the strongest thing ever at the same time.
Right.
So it's really weird.
Yeah. So okay. Oh, we didn't ask for all this. Come on, ChatGPT.
But basically, it doesn't have any of the density of Earth. That's the thing that's so weird about it.
Okay, the moon is about a quarter the diameter of Earth. What is the mass? What is the
mass compared to Earth?
The mass difference of the Earth compared to the moon?
Oh wow, that was cool.
The Earth is about 81 times the mass. So the moon's mass is roughly 1.23%
and
the
yet
Earth's
and
mass.
yet it's a quarter the size.
A quarter the size.
Yes.
That means it's hollow.
Yeah, it's likely hollow, and the theories, and I mean, again, if you're gonna try to figure something out, you got to go back to the old Sherlock Holmes thing, right? And it's important; it still rings true to this day. If you're trying to figure something out, you use that old method, right? Whenever you're trying to explore something, you explore all possibilities, and whatever remains, no matter how improbable, must be the truth. That holds true for anything. So we eliminate everything, right? Let's eliminate all the things that aren't there. It has a certain depth. The craters can't go past a certain depth. It rings. It's lighter. So what does that mean? What's all that's left? Well, it's not natural. It has some kind of a shield, like some kind of a metallic or something underneath the ground.
Yeah.
Something to prevent anything from going deeper. And if it's a metallic-like object, it somehow is hollow too. Like that's the only thing that makes sense if we analyze and look at it.
Right.
And the fact that life wouldn't be possible on Earth without it
Right.
is really interesting. Like has to be that exact ratio. What was it? That if it was even 5% in a different location, like if it was 5% further away or 5% closer, like none of this would work.
Well, the distance between the Earth and the Moon is changing. So I think, what did Kevin Knuth explain to us? I think he explained to us that the distance, the Moon every year gets a couple feet farther away from the Earth. Is that right? And has it been constantly doing that, or does it? I think maybe it resets every couple thousand years or something like this.
Well, it's tidal locked, so it's stuck to our gravity, so it can't go anywhere. But it is so weird. It's so interesting to consider whether or not something was created a long time ago to let a certain kind of story unfold.
I mean, it's a miracle. The Moon is a miracle.
It's an impossibility.
Right. Like the Moon being, the idea that the Moon just randomly ended up being that distance from the Earth to be that distance to the sun, and being able to perfectly stabilize and terraform this Earth to make it livable is as believable as Jesus Christ. I mean, it's enough to make anyone become a Christian.
If anything, I would challenge anyone who's smart and academic to try to go look at that evidence to try to disprove that.
Right.
Like about what the Moon is, because it doesn't make sense.
So this says that the Moon moves away from the Earth at a rate of about 3.78 centimeters or 1.5 inches per year. Can you zoom out a little bit, Steve? So it says the Moon's gravity creates tidal bulges in the Earth's oceans because the Earth rotates faster than the Moon orbits. These bulges are pulled slightly ahead of the Moon. The Moon's gravity then pulls back on these bulges, and in turn, the bulges pull forward on the Moon, pushing it into a slightly wider orbit. Interesting. But does it say that? So it goes back and forth. Is that what it's saying?
It can't actually, because it would just leave if that was the case. It would
Yeah.
it probably just wobbles back and forth. Based on that.
Right.
Yeah, but it's really interesting. I mean, it's
also crazy that it's fucking it's 234,000 miles away.
Yeah.
Like, that's just absurd how far away it is. But it doesn't seem that far away.
Because it still plays such an integral part in our planet with life.
Right.
Yeah. It's just weird.
Yeah.
I mean, someday hopefully we'll know more answers on that. For me, I like to typically think, look, there's a lot to figure out still in space. We have a lot to still figure out here. Right? Especially with our story and who we are. So a lot of people are racing to try to escape. I'm more like, I think that what we need is that we most need to grow is here, not out there. Like, for instance, we are very primitive in our understanding of consciousness and higher levels of energy and spirituality in like a deep way, like they were. We're like children when it comes to that. I think that we shouldn't be blinded by the fun technologies that are put in front of us and ignore what may be a more important area to understand and go into. Like, rather than moving forward at the speed we are and thinking that there aren't consequences, I think we need to remember that we can learn a lot more about who we are and about where we should be going in the future in the past than necessarily in the future. Like, they could teach us a lot more than we understand, a lot more. And I think that's actually the biggest piece here is that if we study this civilization, this global civilization that left all these clues for us, all this knowledge, I think it is the ultimate way we find what we've been looking for all along, not out there.